The myth of war is built upon gigantic tanks and fast fighter jets. But war is won through logistics. Through the relentless ability to move supplies, men, and communications from the docks to the front lines. For the United States, this task fell to a family of vehicles as robust as it was anonymous. The Dodge WC series. Known generically as Beeps or weapon carriers, these trucks didn't have the fame of the Willys Jeep, but they had its omnipresence. If the Jeep was the combat motorcycle, the Willys Jeep was the four-wheeled workhorse, capable of traversing the dust of North Africa, the mud of Europe, and the trails of the Pacific. This is the story of how an American factory transformed utility into pure resilience. When the world plunged into conflict, the American Army quickly realized the need for standardization. A lightweight vehicle was needed that could carry supporting weapons, ammunition, personnel, and, critically, serve as a radio platform and ambulance. Dodge's answer, emerging from 1940 onwards, was a series of designs that shared a single backbone, the reliable chassis. The name WC meant weapons carrier, but the bathroom was much more than that. It was a modular platform. The engineering behind the Dodge WC series focused on three pillars: simplicity, robustness, and modularity. The WC-51 model, a 3/4-ton, 4x4 truck, became the most produced. Its design was Spartan, its mission, vital. The engine was a cast-iron heart, Dodge's inline six-cylinder side-valve engine, an engine that could be serviced with basic tools and tolerated low-quality fuel. This mechanical reliability was not a luxury. It was the difference between survival and stagnation at the front. The four-wheel drive, reinforced axles, and heavy-duty spring suspension ensured the WC could keep up with armored units. In terrain where other vehicles would get stuck, the Dodge WC persevered. The mass production of the WC was an astonishing industrial feat. Dodge and its subsidiaries produced over 255,000 WC series units between 1941 and 1945. This surge in utility was crucial. Inside the factory, speed was the law. The body, designed to be simple to stamp and assemble, was attached to the ladder frame. There were no concessions to comfort or aesthetics. Every panel, every piece of metal, had a single purpose: to endure. The modularity of the series allowed for a diversity of functions from a common chassis. The WC-52 added a front winch, allowing it to rescue itself and other vehicles from the mud. The WC-54 was transformed into a robust and iconic ambulance, the meat wagon, saving countless lives. The WC-56 was the command car, the high-level communications vehicle. The engineering of this series didn't lie in radical inventions, but in relentless reliability and adaptability. Dodge didn't just build trucks, it built the logistical backbone that allowed the Allies to operate with the fluidity that Blitzkrieg demanded. From the desert of Tobruk to the dense forests of Belgium, the Dodge WC series was the first and last line of support. They carried the vital radio that coordinated the attack. They evacuated the wounded under artillery fire. The soldiers nicknamed him Beep, although its exact origin is disputed, because it was a larger and more capable cousin of the Jeep. It offered more cargo capacity, more comfort, although it was very relative comfort, and a more stable platform for weapon systems such as heavy machine guns. Dodge's calculated resilience was evident in every detail. The simple electrical system, the absence of complex components. The vehicle was designed to be maintained in the field by mechanics with little experience. The philosophy was, if it breaks, you fix it; if it gets hit, it will still get you home. The Dodge WC series became the vehicle of choice not only for the USA, but also for the Soviet Union through the Lend-Lease Act, where its robustness was even more valued in the vast and unforgiving landscapes of the Eastern Front. The final whistle of the war did not silence the Dodge WC series. Thousands were converted for civilian use. Thousands remained in service with armies around the world for decades, proving the inherent quality of their utilitarian design. The Dodge factory fulfilled its mission. It didn't build battle heroes, but the vehicles that made heroes possible. The restroom was the necessary silence behind the roar of the artillery. The unbreakable link between industrial production at home and the front lines. Calculated resilience. The pioneer of lightweight utility. The Dodge WC series. The machine that drove victory.